edition of SU TV News, the BSA is getting a $41 million renovation, causing problems for some programs.
We take a closer look at the Saddle and Sirloin Club.
And in sports, women's basketball completes a comeback.
This is SU TV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SU TV News. I'm Kayla Reamer.
And I'm Cassie Rolfing. The Bison Sports Arena is scheduled for a $41 million renovation, which is creating major headaches for NDSU Athletic Director Gene Taylor.
The biggest problem is that the men's and women's basketball and wrestling programs will need a new home. The renovation is scheduled to start anytime after the men's basketball game on March 1st. Once construction starts, the building will be gutted, making it impossible to hold practices or games. Gene Taylor is currently working on finding an alternative location for all the events.
We're looking at possibly the BBF for some women's games and wrestling. We're negotiating with a couple of different groups in town to possibly host men's basketball and some women's basketball for competition, and we think that's getting close to being finalized. And then practices, we're looking at a lot of different options, whether it be the Benson bunker, going off-site somewhere to a local place that has basketball courts, to maybe create an opportunity for us to, build a temporary thing for basketball.
The Fargo Dome was also considered as a new venue for the teams to play. NDSU has a great relationship with the building, but because of concerts and events running nearly every weekend next year at the Dome, it wasn't able to happen.
The new BSA is important for NDSU athletics for many reasons. This week, SU TV's Bryn Nelson sat down with Bison coaches to find out what the renovation means to their programs.
In 1967, the Bison Sports Arena was everything NDSU athletics needed. At the time, the structure was the largest appropriation given for a building within a state college or university. But now, 46 years later, it's a far cry from its days of grandeur.
I won't miss a thing about the building, honestly. Not a thing. I've had everything from a bird fly into my office there to a chunk of brick fall out of the ceiling. Not a thing.
In '67, $2.5 million were allocated for the BSA's construction. Today, the renovation will cost around $41 million. That includes all-around bleacher seating, expanding all four sides, and updating everything inside.
You look at NDSU, we've got so many wonderful things going on here. You look at the BSA, and it's just so neglected at this point. We needed a new building, and not only are we getting a new building, the administration saw fit to give us a building that will give us an advantage in recruiting.
Right hand hook, count it.
When you look at the schools that we compete against, one in our league and two outside of our conference, like the Missouri Valley, in terms of the recruitment of student athletes, certainly facilities become a big part of that.
I've had kids look me in the eye and say, I really like Fargo, I really like your program, I can't play in that building.
In its long and storied history, NDSU athletic venues have needed major renovations. The Benson Bunker Fieldhouse, with room now for 3,000 fans, to the current BSA with room for 12,000, and now the new BSA, which will have stadium seating all around. It's a win-win for everyone, including the fans.
Certainly the BSA is a great basketball venue, but it's going to be so much nicer just from a fan standpoint, from an entertainment standpoint, and certainly for our players.
Bryn Nelson reporting, SU TV News.
If the offices are completely cleared out of the building, the newest BSA could be ready to play in after next year's season. However, if athletics is unable to relocate during construction, Gene Taylor says it will probably take 2.5 to 3 years to finish.
Nanoparticles are in many of our everyday items, but very little is known about them, and one student specifically is looking to change that. She is conducting research right now here on campus in the Plant Sciences Department. SU TV's Nate Manning has more.
Hannah Basult, a zoology major, knows exactly how small a nanoparticle is. Nanoparticles range from 1 to 100 nanometers in size. If you think of a person as a nanometer tall, you could fit the entire world's population inside of a toy car. At the core of her research, Hannah is examining how two varieties of wheat take up nanoparticles from the soil.
I find it very interesting to potentially see how those particles are going to affect the plants. And if it's a negative effect, then we'd like to see that so that we can do something about it.
The Wet Ecosystems Research Group at NDSU works in collaboration with plant sciences to get a better understanding of how these particles affect crops and our ecosystems.
We're also working on rice and spinach, because those are important to agricultural crops and people eat those. We want to try to understand different crop plants where people have the potential for ingesting some of these nanoparticles.
For Pasolt, it's been challenging at times as her research has encountered problems along the way.
You really have to think ahead and, figure out how that little decision, whether it's, when you decide to apply the treatments or how you decide to label your plants, it all affects how the experiment goes.
Pasolt will earn her undergraduate degree in May and move on to graduate school with the lab so she can continue her research and make as much of an impact as she possibly can.
These nanoparticles that are being introduced into the environment have a negative or positive effect. I would really like to be able to go on and study more about how that really works on a more detailed basis.
Nate Manning reporting, SU TV News.
After grad school, Pasolt is considering going into consulting or education. Millions of viewers tuned in last Sunday to watch the Super Bowl and hang out with their friends. After the break, we'll give you a look into the atmosphere of one of these gatherings after this week's 7-day forecast.
The future is constantly unfolding. No one knows better than those preparing for it. Every week, NDSU's student-run television organization, the Bison Information Network, brings you SUTV News, with news about NDSU, the campus community, and current events affecting you. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1, Channel 14, Friday and Saturday at 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
SUTV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go, we're always there.
Residents in Stockbridge and Dinan Halls won't have to deal with outdated bathrooms next semester.
The North Dakota State Board of Higher Education recently approved a major facelift for the two freshman residence halls. Bathroom remodels at the two halls, built in the 1950s, will offer students more privacy and a more modern feel. Residence Life is funding the $2 million project, which is part of the campus master plan.
The second phase for Stockbridge will be exactly the same as the first. They were done in two phases just because it's a huge project and it's very costly and time consuming to rip all that out. Dinan, on the other hand, it's a totally different amount of space, so the way it's going to lay out will look a lot different, even though it's going to take the same concepts in mind in terms of these private rooms. down the hallway. When they look at these things and they see that there's a clean environment, but it also has bathrooms I would be comfortable using, I think those are things that make them distinguish our campus from another campus.
The university plans on remodeling other bathrooms in its other low-rise housing units in coming years.
You have probably seen them at your freshman orientation doing silly skits, showing you around campus, or informing you about NDSU. The conference orientation and recruitment team is currently in the hiring process for their 2014 core members.
Established in 2001, the core team serves as leaders, administrators, and mentors during various conferences and camps throughout the summer. Another responsibility of the team is helping out with freshman orientation.
Acting as orientation leaders, so when the incoming new students come to campus for the orientation experience, they get to meet with a current student and really find out what it's like to go to school here.
Becoming a member of this team provides an opportunity to promote the university, gain professional experience, and earn some money along the way. The staff who does the hiring of this team look for a certain set of qualities in a potential core team member.
Somebody who is going to be excited, who's going to be friendly, and who's going to present NDSU in a professional manner, both on the phone and giving tours.
To have excellent organizational skills.
And although they want a few distinct qualities, that doesn't mean that they don't want students from a whole spectrum of backgrounds.
I want to have people who can relate to students, to all different types of students, and that's really what we're hoping to find with this team.
Those who have been part of CORE may say this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and that's not far from the truth. You can only be a part of this team once.
We want to give as many people an opportunity to be a core team member as possible, but for those leaders then to give it their all, to know that this is their chance.
If you ask any past member, they will probably have nothing but positive things to say about their experiences with CORE.
The thing about being on core team was just the people I met. Met a lot of friends on the core team, and then it was also kind of cool doing orientation, meeting a lot of the freshmen incoming.
Having a chance to do what the core team did for me, which was guide me and get me involved with campus and make me the freshman that I was during that year.
And although it is too late to apply to be one for this summer, the opportunity comes again every year. Cassie Rolfing reporting, SU TV News.
Those who have been part of the team says that the skills they have learned throughout this experience are still with them today.
Students on Sunday grabbed their favorite chip dip and brats and gathered with friends to watch the 48th annual Super Bowl. The Seattle Seahawks came away with their first Super Bowl championship, beating the Denver Broncos 43-8. SUTV reporter Delaney Freer has more. From the first Super Bowl in 1967, this one-day football event has risen in popularity over the decades, becoming a staple social event. Some even consider it to be a national holiday.
It's an annual thing, kind of like Christmas, I guess. It's a celebration where you get together, eat food, drink, watch some funny commercials.
The Super Bowl is a time where friends can come together and share their love of the game.
This is the third year my roommates and I have hosted a Super Bowl party, and I guess the food and bringing social events and friends together is fairly important to me.
The room was divided, some happy with the game's outcome, others disappointed.
I was rooting for the Broncos just because Peyton had a great year, and I just kind of wanted to see him finish it out. Record-breaking season and then carried off with a Super Bowl would have been a good end, but that didn't happen.
I think there was way too much hype as far as Peyton Manning being really, really good. Even though I agree that he is really good, but he can't carry his whole team.
Those who don't care about the number of touchdowns, watch the Super Bowl for the memorable commercials. 17,000 people voted online on USA Today's ad meter for their favorite Super Bowl commercial. Budweiser's Puppy Love won after tugging at viewers' heartstrings.
I really liked the Budweiser one with the puppy, because I like puppies. They're cute.
The highlight for many was Bruno Mars' energetic halftime show performance with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Delaney Freer reporting, SUTV News. According to Deadline Hollywood, 111.5 million people watched this year's Super Bowl, making it the most watched television show in all of U.S. history.
Coming up after the break, we take a deeper look into the Saddle and Sirloin Club. Stay with us.
The future is constantly unfolding. No one knows better than those preparing for it. Every week, NDSU's student-run television organization, the Bison Information Network, brings you SUTV News, with news about NDSU, the campus community, and current events affecting you. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1, Channel 14, Friday and Saturday at 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.
Jitters is the NDSU Campus Community's coffee hub. Conveniently located right next to campus, Jitters Coffee has a wide range of amenities, including comfortable seating, Wi-Fi, and an assortment of beverages. Jitters is here to meet your needs, whether you're looking to relax and socialize or study in a rich, active environment. Be sure to make your way over for your morning brew, a bite at lunch, or for a break between classes. Get your fix only at Jitters.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Every year at this time, livestock animals fill the grounds around Shepherd's Arena.
Along with the livestock comes the smell of manure, causing curiosity as to why the animals are suddenly on campus. SUTV Sports Director Morgan Lubin stepped out of his element to bring us this story.
With over 300 members, the Saddle and Sirloin Club at NDSU is the largest student-run organization on campus.
We meet every Wednesday night at 6:30 or 7 o'clock, depending on the time of the year, how much business we have to cover. And we meet right here in the stands of Shepherd Arena.
With the largest student-run organization comes the largest student-run event, not just on campus, but in the state.
With the Saddle and Sirloin Club, our biggest thing is the Little International event that we hold. It's the largest student-run event in the state of North Dakota.
Little International, or Little I for short, is in its 88th year and takes over 300 people to put on and features over 200 contestants.
Little I is a big tradition here at NDSU. It is a student-run livestock show that we put on campus. It's been going since 1922. Actually, the first one was 1924.
Really joined because of Little I, because I was always told how cool Little I is, and then I joined when I first came to NDSU, and it turned out to be way cooler than I thought.
Contestants can show a cow, horse, pig, or sheep. The winners of each event claim a scholarship and also some hardware.
They all have a chance to win a Little I belt buckle.
But the prizes don't stop there.
The winner of Little I gets a big trophy. They get their name in the book that goes down in history. It's fun, friendly competition.
In just a few weeks, fans will fill the bleachers and contestants will fill the show floor as the 88th Little International takes place here inside Shepherd's Arena. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm Morgan Lubin.
The 88th annual Little I will be held February 15th. The night show kicks off at 6 p.m. and admission to the event is $5.
February just started, and that's been a little over a month since we've celebrated the new year.
This week for Sidewalk Stampede, we asked students if they made any New Year's resolutions and how it's going keeping up with them.
Did you have a New Year's resolution this year?
I didn't really have time to focus on a New Year's resolution. I just got married,
So
Oh, congratulations.
yeah, but maybe a resolution would be to learn a new life, maybe new way of life.
That's a good one.
To work out more and eat better.
How's it going?
It started off good. Now it's not so great, but gotta get back on track.
So did you have a New Year's resolution this year?
Yeah, I suppose is to just, I guess like everybody's to get more fit, I suppose.
Yeah. How's it going so far?
Good. I've been able to get to the gym like 5 days out of the week, so that's my goal, and it's still going, so I'm proud of myself.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's better than a lot of people, I bet.
The machines are pretty full at the beginning of January. They're kind of slowly decreasing. There's not as much people around, but still trying to stay in shape. So.
New Year's resolution this year?
I didn't.
And why didn't you make one?
Because I usually don't keep them.
Now is sports reporter Joel Sipper. Joel, what do we have in sports tonight?
We have a huge weekend for the men's and women's basketball teams trying to climb the top of the Summit League standings.
Jitters is the NDSU Campus Communities Coffee Hub. Conveniently located right next to campus, Jitters Coffee has a wide range of amenities, including comfortable seating, Wi-Fi, and an assortment of beverages. Jitters is here to meet your needs, whether you're looking to relax and socialize or study in a rich, active environment. Be sure to make your way over for your morning brew, a bite at lunch, or for a break between classes. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you?
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SU TV Sports is brought to you by Shields. Ready for your next big adventure? Welcome to Shields.
The Bison women's basketball team took on Denver trying to avoid a 5 straight Summit League loss at the Bison Sports Arena. Head coach Carolyn DeHoff's team would have to rally against the Pioneers. Let's kick it out to the Bison Sports Arena where Bison took on Denver. Early on, we're going to have Teresa Worth here. Works down low in the paint, gets the shot to put up Denver 2-0 early. NDSU would respond with Marina Weedle getting the reverse layup and the foul. NDSU still down 13-8. Still in the first half, Jordan Johnson's going to hit the spinning layup. Denver goes up 24-15. Denver would be up 37-31 at the half. Brooke Lamar trying to rally the troops here. She's going to hit one from beyond the arc. Bison only down by 5 now. Brooke Lamar again is going to drive in, gets the layup. She ended with 33 on the night. Bison up 71-66. After trailing by 6 at halftime, NDSU would complete the comeback and win 85-79. The two Bison scorers who scored in double digits, Brooke Lamar leading the way with 33 points, and Marina Whittle chipping in with 17 points as the Bison picked up their first home win in Summit League. NDSU is now 2-5 in conference play and will play 5 of their next 7 games on the road. While the women split at home, the Bison men split on the road. NDSU slipped past South Dakota on Thursday by 3 points before falling at Denver by 4 points. The Bison are now 5-2 in the Summit League and will play 5 of their 7 games at home. With a 5-2 record, the Bison currently sit in second place in the Summit League, 1 game behind Fort Wayne. SU TV Sports Report Director Morgan Lubin has a key part on Taylor Braun.
There's a reason number 24 for NDSU was picked as the Summit League preseason player of the year. Taylor Braun leads the Bison in all sorts of categories, including points per game, rebounds per game, assists, and steals.
Taylor was picked to win, preseason player of the year and picked to, obviously maybe, postseason as well. But, more so our team was too, and I think there's a direct correlation with those two things.
Braun averages 18.9 points per game, but it's how he does it that impresses his teammates.
They think they have him down, but he do a fadeaway shot, hit nothing but net, or the way he finishes at the rim, or sometimes it's just the way he passed the ball. It just extremely amazed me.
But what do all his teammates think of the hype?
It's great. I'm glad he's on our team. He's a great player. He's going to go on and make some good teams after college, and he's just a great player, all-around player on the defensive end and the offensive end. He's always got intensity and energy, and like I said, he's great to have on your team.
Braun, a senior from Newburgh, Oregon, was days away from signing with the Division II school. Now, he's the most dynamic player in the Summit League.
It's nice to be acknowledged for all of the hard work that I have put in and just where I've came from, and to be in the position I am now, it is special. But
and Taylor admits it adds a little extra pressure.
I feel like I've been acknowledged, and if I don't perform, then it's not a good look. So it pushes me harder each day.
Morgan Lubin reporting, SU TV Sports.
And the Bison battle Fort Wayne for first place in the Summit League Saturday afternoon at the Bison Sports Arena. You can watch the game on NDSU All Access on GoBison.com.
Well, lucky for us, he came to NDSU instead of going to that Division II team.
Yeah, that turned out well for him too.
Very impressive.
Definitely. Coming up after the break, we'll tell you about a website that could be useful if you're looking to study abroad. Stay with us.
The NDSU Secure Wireless Network provides faculty, staff, and students with convenient, secure connectivity from the majority of public locations on campus. To help you improve your wireless internet experience, I have a few tips to share. So, let's talk tech.
Did you know more than 20,000 wireless devices connect to NDSU's Secure Wireless Network each week? While NDSU works to improve wireless access across campus, keep in mind there are several factors that can affect your wireless experience, including proximity to wireless access points, total number of users, an amount of wireless traffic, unwanted radio frequency interference, interference caused by construction materials, furniture, and home decor items. See what happens to your wireless connection when your roommate uses a phone or microwave near your laptop, or when other wireless devices such as Bluetooth devices or wireless game controllers are turned on in your room, or when furniture or home decor items consisting of metal, plaster, paper, or heavy fabric are between you and your wireless access point. Even a shelf full of books can interfere with your wireless connection. To minimize these potential problems, consider relocating to another area in your room so you are further away from interfering Wi-Fi devices or obstructive materials. Turning off your Wi-Fi on your cell phone if you are using cellular for your data connection. If possible, using the wired network when downloading large data files or streaming long videos. Adjusting your Wi-Fi settings to use the 5 GHz frequency instead of the 2.4 GHz when possible, to minimize interference with devices or appliances using 2.4 GHz. For more information about wireless, go to www.ndsu.edu/its/wireless.
Studying abroad is something not every student gets a chance to do. This week, NDSU's Office of International Programs is having their virtual study abroad fair to get students informed about going abroad. The fair runs until Friday and is live streamed at 6 to 7 p.m. every night. Previous days' videos are posted on the website and give viewers an outline of what was talked about during that segment. Topics include financial aid, scholarships, and upcoming program highlights. Well, thank you for watching this edition of SU TV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of the Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Also, visit us at NDSUBin.com for your chance to win some special prizes.
We leave you tonight with video of the National Championship trophies that were on display at the NDSU bookstore yesterday.
Have a great night.